Legend tells of Philippides, the messenger who ran from Marathon to Athens, delivered his message and collapsed, never to rise again. One heroic run that became the foundation of a global tradition. One man, one marathon, one final breath. But there is another man, a man who has not run one marathon or one ultra-marathon in his lifetime, but 999 marathons and ultra-marathons. A man who, unlike Philippides, has reached the finish line again and again, bruised, sweaty, stubborn, but very much alive. A man who has not just survived the marathon, he has lived inside it. It has lived inside him. Now, standing at the edge of his 1000th, one question arises above all others. How does a person keep going? How does a man get up time after time, year after year, and choose the road again? This is not just a story of running. This is the story of endurance, of identity, of struggle, and purpose. This is the story of how Julian Karp, not a myth, not a legend from ancient Greece, but a living, breathing man, arrived at the starting line of his 1000th marathon. Not to collapse at the end, but to continue a journey that has already rewritten what is possible.
This has been a 35-year experience that just keeps on giving. The passion, the privilege, the people, the places that you visit makes you never, ever, ever want to stop running this fantastic sport. The journey to 1,000 marathons for me has been incredible privilege, and I would just believe that the feeling now that I've got that I'm closer is one of relief and regret. Relief in that it's there and thereabouts and one left to do, but regretting that one's getting on in age and I'm not able to do what I used to be able to do. The running of back-to-back marathons, the running of ultras back-to-back, and and now maybe specializing more in the 21s and the 30s and choosing 1 or 2 marathons a year that I haven't done before, possibly 1 or 2 overseas or 1 or 2 other in Africa, which in the Africa countries that I haven't visited. I've visited all the way up to Uganda, so I would really like to go to Ghana and Egypt and do a marathon there, and hopefully spread the marathons 3 or 4 a year and just let the body dictate the pace at which I do them. Okay, for me, the turning point of really this whole concept of ultra distance runners was my first Washi 100 miler. When I managed to finish that, it created a belief in myself that I could actually do anything as far as running goes. I had, previous to that, only had done 1 Comrades and had done one 2 Oceans. So it was really a delving into the unknown for me and being supported by friends and colleagues and whoever else supported me on the road and other runners. And for me, that was the time that running became my life. This ultra distance running was very new to me. I'd come from a football and tennis background, and I had unfortunately torn all my anterior cruciate ligaments playing football for British under 21s. All that I could basically do was go to the gym and get a bit stronger, and had played sport my whole life since 8 or 9 years old. This was a very, very difficult thing for me to handle. But I went to the gym, and then I met a friend in the gym who said, "Come, let's go start running slowly." So he was also like a 7-8 minute K. We used to run around the golf course 5 or 6 Ks in 35 or 40 minutes. And then I started getting a little bit better and a little bit easier. And the 7 Ks turned into 10 Ks. I did my first 10K race with him. And then I got transferred to Cape Town. And one of my colleagues, who turned out to be one of my best friends, he introduced me to ultra distance running in 1990. We did our first marathon, which was Peninsula, together, and we subsequently did my first Comrades that year. That led me to believe that long distance running was something that I really enjoyed, and I really could be a way for me to cultivate the experience of traveling, which I loved, and meeting people, which I also really enjoy. And so I started this whole crusade where I started running back-to-back marathons week after week, and meeting other people at the different provinces, and just absolutely loving it. Travel was a big part of it. The traveling, the running, the people, that was a huge part of it. And that for me was when I actually knew that this is something that I wanted to do, that it became a way of life for me, that on a Friday night I'd pack my bags, or Friday afternoon, and I'd travel down to a race in Gauteng, and then I'd catch a plane to a marathon in Durban, or whatever the case is. I lived like that in my 40s to 50s for about 15 years. That's how I lived. I used to do on average 50 marathons and ultras a year, and I used to travel nationally. If I woke up tomorrow morning and couldn't run, I think my whole life would change. Even for me now that I'm not able to go run every day long distances, if I can just do 4, 5, 6Ks a day, it makes my day. And hopefully continue doing 21s on weekends and 30s on weekends. If I had to stop running totally, it would really be a total life change for me. It would really be something to get used to. And I'll have to find something else. I'll have to maybe start swimming a lot more, or doing gym a lot more. Just something to keep me active if I can't run, sure. Okay, the race has changed my whole concept about running. Has to be the very first marathon I did, Peninsula Marathon 1990. I ran it with one of my best friends at the time. It was very special. It changed me because I never knew you could experience emotions like that in 3.5 hours. You went from feeling fantastic to feeling, hey, why am I doing this? To feeling fantastic again. And then towards the end, to get these feeling that, hey, I'm actually 1.5 or 2Ks away. I can do this. It's just a lot of a to the shops and back run. And then crossing the finishing line, getting the goosebumps and unbelievable being on a cloud 9 for 2 or 3 days to the fact that I've actually finished the marathon. And I never ever thought with my injuries that I would ever be able to finish a marathon. So for me, that was where the love for running started. And for me, that was really, really the turning point for me as far as sport goes. For the last 2 years, I've had these constant, really bad back and hip issues, but there's never really been a moment that I can recall that I thought that was the end of running for me. If I had a bad day, if I struggled in a race, I'd take a day or 2 off. I'd go to the gym, I'd ice, I'd stretch, and I'd try sort it out as best I could, and then I'd be back on the weekend doing a marathon or 21 or whatever else I felt my body was ready to do. So there's never ever been a time, and hopefully there will never ever be the time. I'm sure there's going to be moments. There's going to come a time when I'm only doing park runs on a Saturday, and that will be fantastic. If I can, if it means me doing park runs on Saturday mornings, I'll be more than happy to do that. I think they're fantastic innovation, and I believe that if I'm going to run and keep on running, and that's all I can do, then that's fine by me. But long as I've got that in my week and that in my itinerary as a sport, then I'm really, really happy to do that. I understand that it's not possible to continue at the rate I'm going, and it's been an incredible 35 years, but unfortunately the body dictates the pace and the endurance and the distance you can run, and one has to just abide by that and just to get longevity and hope that one can just continue enjoying even 5Ks, which for me would be absolutely fine. So at the time of my first washi, I realized that I could actually achieve this 1,000 marathon goal. Washi is a race, or any 100 miler for that matter, is a race of endurance. It's a race to the night, and you feel that if you can do 160 kilometers in 20 or 21 hours or whatever you're running it in, then running 2 marathons back to back is not very difficult on a Saturday and a Sunday. That for me was a turning point where I realized that I could actually achieve this if I just looked after my body, chose my marathons properly, chose the ones that I wanted to race. The rest of the marathons I ran in comfort zone. That's very important. That choose 2 or 3 marathons a year that you really put a lot of effort into. The rest you just run in comfort zone and enjoy them. Enjoy the marathon. When I was struggling during marathons, especially back-to-back marathons where you'd run a marathon on a Saturday, the Friday you'd eat, the Saturday you'd hardly eat because you'd run, and then you'd travel, and then the Sunday you'd hardly eat. And there were often times on the Sunday marathon that I felt that my body lacked the fuel. And what saw me through most of these races, and what was just critical to my success as a whole, as a doing this 1,000, is the clubs. I mean, whether I was running in my hometown Durban, the water stations there, the food stations there, they were unbelievable. The people, they were just unbelievable. If I came to Johannesburg, the Soweto clubs were unbelievable. The Cape Town clubs were unbelievable. And they could see me sometimes when I was getting to 30 or 31 Ks. And although I wasn't part of a club that had their special tent, they'd call me across and they'd say, "Hey, come, there's watermelon, or there's food for you here. Please eat." And I knew that was fantastic because I wasn't even part of their club and they were doing this for me. So they were big and always have been. The clubs have always been a huge reason for me being able to achieve this 1,000K marathon milestone, both in support and in organizing these races, and in support on the road with their food stations and their moral support and their music, and it's just incredible. I mean, that for me has been the most incredible part of the journey. Growing up in running circles, I was certainly inspired by people like Bruce Fordhouse, Barry Holland, Louis Massane. These guys I'd read about, and I also lived in Bloemfontein for 1 or 2 years when I worked there, and Louis was like a legend there, and every time I saw Louis, it just made me think that this man was such a fantastic, humble person who had achieved this absolute fantastic running career. And I just people like that inspire me totally. They really, I think they should inspire everybody. It's absolutely fantastic what they've done. And as far as if I've inspired anybody, I hope I've helped people along the way. I know that in races, that when people are struggling and I'm feeling okay, I try to run with them and I try to help them, especially the novices. So I don't know if I've inspired anybody, but I hope I've helped 1 or 2 people achieve their goal in a race that possibly they wouldn't have achieved had we not run together towards the end. I hope that people don't misunderstand anything about me. I'm a very open book person. I try to enjoy and pass on the passion of running to everybody. I love speaking to people about running. I hope nobody's understood or questioned my reasons for running. It's always been, for me, a passion and a privilege to be part of this fantastic sport. And I'm hoping along the way and in time to come, I can just continue meeting new people, running different distances. And when I'm running different distances, I'm already starting to meet new people that I've never met before, and just spreading the word of running. I mean, it's just fantastic, and I just hope that my whole my whole passion for running is not misunderstood as being selfish, that I can't go out on a Friday night because I'm sleeping early, or I can't go out on a Saturday night Saturday afternoon because I'm cased out on the couch after a Saturday run, or I can't go out on a Sunday afternoon, Sunday night because I'm recovering from the Sunday marathon. I hope that's not misunderstood as being selfish. It's just my life and the way I've chosen to live it. In the 35 years of running, I actually thought the other day, would there be any race I'd like to erase from my memory for being just bad race, and bad for me or bad for any reason. And honestly, I've done 999 marathons and ultras. 280 of those are ultras, or the 999. And there's not a single race in those races that I felt regretted running. Sure, of the 999, I've only ever not finished 2, and they were my last 2 comrades, where I struggled with bad back injuries. And I'm still happy that I'm still so grateful to have started. The one I got to 56 Ks and the other got to 80 Ks. And then the back started giving me horrendous problems. So for me, I enjoyed the day. Although I didn't finish, the people around me, the atmosphere, the spectators, the comrade spirit was just incredible. And I'll never be sorry that I started knowing that I may not finish. Or that I certainly didn't have a very good chance of finishing. I always enjoyed the day, even if I got only into the 80 or the 56 kilometers. And there's absolutely no race I regret starting, no race I regret running. They've all been fantastic events, always fantastically organized. And, it's just, I think South Africans must understand that we've got the best running structure in the world. There's no way in the world that you get a running structure like we have. I mean, anywhere in South Africa, you can probably run 100 marathons a year without even traveling out of Africa. So I think we should be thankful to the clubs who have put in such an effort to get these races organized and to make sure that we have enough food and enough water along the route, and provide the fantastic finishes that make the race absolutely fantastic. And long may it go on. Okay, my running career has gone through very many phases. In my late 20s and early 30s when I started running, obviously the beginning part was recovering from injuries, so I was very slow. And then I managed to get up to a pace of, I was very lucky to run one 15K race in Cape Town in 59 minutes. It's the only time I've dropped 4 minutes a K in the 15Ks. And I was running really nicely, running with a 4-minute crowd at the club. And then in my 40s, I started having a little bit of back issues, and my knee was a bit wobbly. And I also loved doing off-road races, and Cape Town's renowned for that. I was living in Cape Town, so I did a lot of mountain races. So I changed my whole running to running slower, to in those days running between say 6 and 6:15 a K, whether it be cross country. I did a lot of trail runs, and I did a lot of runs in Cape Town that were off-road. So for me, the 40s was very much slowing the pace down, trying to get into this 1,000K challenge of mine that I had, and just establishing obviously a work career, which you're very busy in your 40s at work, and trying to balance work and running. And in my 50s, I still was sort of around till 52, 53, still running 4:15s, 4:10 marathons. I think in my late 50s, when COVID hit, I think COVID affected me a lot. I got it 4 times. I think possibly it affected my whole metabolic system, and I started to get a lot slower. The back started to get a lot worse. The hips started to get a lot worse, and from 61, 62, I started really struggling, and happy to run marathons, still doing back-to-backs, but running 5:15 marathons or 5:20 marathons, and just happy to finish. Now that I'm sort of 65 and sort of reaching the end of this 1,000 marathon challenge of mine. The emphasis has to go to smaller distances if I'm to try and keep on running longevity. So yeah, lots of 10s and 15s and 21s. Slowly started running at 6.5 or 7 minutes a K. And yeah, still enjoying it, still loving it, still get goosebumps whether I finish at 21 or 42, still get goosebumps at the end of the race. And I think that's, for me, the whole running cycle. You know, it's unfortunate that one has to live with injuries and getting older. I think in life one has ups and downs and good times and bad times, and hopefully over your period of your life, your good times far exceed your bad times. But I think in times when you really have going through tough periods, for me, especially when work gets stressful and you know, you need a relief. For me, running was the way I managed to manage my stress levels. I'd have a hard day at work in the office, and especially when I lived in Cape Town, when it was light till 9 o'clock in the night, I used to go run in the mountains for an hour and a half, and suddenly my day was fine. Everything that I thought was a problem during the day was sorted out. Running, I think, teaches you what life doesn't, is that you can persevere. You know, you don't have to be the fastest, you don't have to be the fittest, you don't have to be anything else. You just got to be able to get out there and enjoy running, whether it's 5Ks, 10Ks, 21, 42, whatever it is. Just go out there and you'll learn that running is such a good support mechanism for life. It helps you, it gets you fit, it makes you realize that there's bigger things in life than problems you got at work. There's running resolves that. You can. For me, it helped me manage my stress levels, especially at work. It helped me manage my daily routines, and it was just overall just such a fantastic leveler. I mean, you'd get the guy who'd be making coffee in the office for the managing director, and he'd be at the front of the field and the managing director would be trotting at the back of the field. And for me, running is such a great leveler. I mean, it levels people. It makes people who just feel important, who may not otherwise have job securities that made them feel important. So I think that's very critical for me. It's what running does, and is different to life. It's a great leveler. It dictates the guys who are fast and strong will be in the front, and the guys who are slow and less fit will be towards the middle of the back, and that's fine. I mean, that's a reversal of life, because sometimes you find in life it's the opposite. Over my journey of 1,000 marathons, I've obviously experienced a lot of pain and joy, but the joy has far exceeded the pain. I think the pain comes from not so much physical pain, but sometimes mental pain, tiredness. You know, especially when you have to travel far distances between races, the mental tiredness, the sitting in cars for a long time, the physical pain in the back and all other parts of your body for sitting in a car for 6 or 7 hours when you're traveling from one race to another over a weekend. And the highs are just extreme. I mean, to me, there's no better high than finishing a marathon or ultra marathon. It's just an incredible achievement. I mean, whether you're running 2 hours 30 or you're running 5 hours 55. I mean, to me, it's just the achievement of finishing a marathon. It's just unbelievable. I mean, the guys who are fast are brilliant. They're guys who've inspired me over the years, and they are just absolutely fantastic human beings. And so is with the guys who struggled at the back and run 5:55s their whole life. They've also inspired me to say, hey, you know, come, we can do this every week. We can go run 5:50s, 5:45s. They're both such inspiring. I think it's just incredible. It's incredible the different depths in marathon running.
999 times he ran, step by step across this land. 711 marathons behind, 288 ultras in mind. Through long nights, through rising sun, still he moved one more run. Every finish felt like a start, every mile strengthening his heart. Oh, the road kept calling his name, calling him for again.
Now he stands at the edge of 1,000, where the road and the sky become one. He has carried 999 stories, and at Soweto he'll finish one more run. One more run. One more
He's not the one who falls at the finish, he rises again. Every mile has led to this moment, brought by the wind. Every step is a heartbeat of courage, carry him in. Carry him in.
Now he stands at the edge of 1,000, with the morning light in the sun. He has carried 999 journeys, and at Soweto he'll finish one more run. One more run. One more run.
Hey, one more run.
Julian,
Yes, hi.
how do you feel?
Yeah, I feel great. Really looking forward to this day. I'm really grateful for Soweto Marathon happening. Yeah, thanks to African Bank and the Soweto clubs. This is absolutely brilliant.